I started the recording again for Cole ADC Vayne. This is the VOD review. So here we go. We are playing in Gold Elo, Gold 1. Alright, so for Vayne, when it comes to runes, you want to run... So your runes are correct on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, if you have a Leona, I would most definitely run Sudden Impact and Ultimate Hunter, because that gives you the option to do more damage when you actually tumble, and your ultimate is available more often, so that it matches the Leona consistent engage.
Gotcha.
Now, in regards to these runes right here for flat HP shard and movement speed and adaptive, you want to run adaptive in a engaged champion scenario, like Nautilus, Braum, Vibe. Anyone who wants to go in right away, you want to go adaptive so that you have the damage to actually follow up on it. And in regards to scaling HP shard or flat HP shard, if it's double melee supports, you run flat HP shard. If it's if you have the ranged, if you have the melee support and it's a ranged support, you can run whatever you want for personal preference. If you have the ranged support into a melee support, I would probably run flat HP shard, but that's up to you. Like if you have the big balls to just dodge whatever engage they have, then you can run scaling HP shard. If it's double mages, double enchanters, you can run movement speed shard, and then you run scaling HP. Or that's up to you if you want to run flat or scaling HP for that scenario. But I'm not typing all that out. You just have to memorize that.
No, you're good. Yeah, that I get. That makes sense. That's rock paper scissors.
And conditioning OG you can run if it's double mages, because nothing's gonna happen. So people just poking each other. But if it's double melee or you have melee into range, you have to run sudden impact and ultimate hunter. Any questions on runes?
No, all of that makes perfect sense.
And PTA/fleet is up to you if you like it. I hate them, so, I don't run them.
Lethal feels too good.
Yeah, Lethal feels too fucking good.
I played a lot of PTA when I first started out on Vayne, and it's Lethal feels too
good. Runes are covered. Bloodline I don't run almost ever unless I'm doing the weird hubris build. I don't want to run anything other than Triumph. Even POM sucks balls, and everything else, like maybe cut down, but I prefer coup de grace. Because it's not about how much damage a rune does in a game. It's about how much valuable damage the rune does in a game. And coup de grace does valuable damage when you actually truly need it. But cut down might do a lot of damage. You might see the bigger number, but maybe the damage wasn't as valuable, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
All right, here we go. When you are against a... Oh yeah, not that color. There you go. This is easy to see. When you are against a... When you guys cannot walk in, you want to stand right here. But you guys win the 2v2 if they face check. Obviously, 1,000,000% if they face check you guys obviously win. It's not even close. LT, ADC, Vayne, Leona, auto Q. You want to stand right there. And the reason why is because if they walk like this, or they fire an ability into this bush right here, you're here. How does the ability hit you? So you dodge the ability, then they walk in, Leona auto Qs, and then bada bing, bada boom, you just go full aggressive, full forward, no juking abilities. You know what I mean? After that. And then just go from there. And then in the all-in, you just have to flash their second rotation of abilities, one of them, and then you win. Which is going to be Hui QQ. So he's going to shoot it here, hypothetically. And then, when you guys are chasing him down over here, somewhere down there, you're going to flash his QQ and kill him. And then that should allow you to kill MF2 with Triumph. With their potion procs too. Alright. But if you cannot win 2v2, then you can stand here, or you can just AFK a tower. Because you never know. If they just walk up and hook you. Just depends. I don't know. You have to look at the bot lanes and see if you can walk in, or if you don't want to walk in, whatnot. There's just support ward here to see if they warded there. There's a lot of little mind games nowadays with this, but that's the gist that you want to be doing here. Also, you don't stand here if they can win, if they walk up, and then face check you, and then they still win. You do not do that. Don't stand there then. So if you don't win at all, you just AFK, and then just call it a day, and then wait for the minions to come, and then you walk with the minions, so that their engage can't go through the minions.
Perfect.
And if they do for some reason walk out while you're walking up, then the minions start attacking them, which is your bonus. And something to watch out for is, like, if they have a brand or something and you never walked up, you can randomly juke. This is something that you didn't do in one of the scenarios in bot lane where we're like, oh, they could still be in the bush. You know what you did? You walked up and you fucking warded the bush. Why would you do that? Instead, you want to walk up, juke randomly, and then go ward the bush.
And then ward it.
Yes. But then I'll explain that concept in a second. So whenever I do coaching, I break the game down into the same 4 concepts over and over and over again because it's all there is. So that's why some people might always be like, Sassy, your coaching is always the same. It's because there's nothing changes in each game. It's just the unique scenario of like maybe where the jungler's path or how someone plays it. But fundamentally, everything is always the same. Number 1, mechanics. Number 2, zone of influence. Number 3, wave management. And number 4, decision making. This is all the game goes down to in a solo queue environment. So mechanics is very simple. It's your ability to execute whatever it is you want to do. And this, what goes into play here is your mouse control, your camera movement, like things like this that no coach ever talks about. Even like something as simple as like transferring what your brain tells you to do down to your hands, into your keyboard, into your mouse to actually execute it properly on the screen. Like the most important thing in League of Legends, by the way, and I will die on this hill against any other coach who wants to argue me on this. Mechanics is the most important thing in League, 100%, because I can teach you to perfectly like dodge every ability. I can teach you how to perfectly be where you need to be, right? Wave management, all that bullshit. But the second you show up and you cannot fucking 1v1 a guy or fight a guy or dodge his shit, what's the point? So that is why mechanics is the most important thing, and you have to focus on developing the skill. However, here's the problem. The problem is it's really hard to teach someone mechanics. Like, how do I teach you to unlock your camera in this situation? Move your mouse down to the bottom left to push your camera down, and then pop Alt, pop Q, while also dodging all the abilities that's coming. Like, I can't teach that. You have to develop it on your own. So the way I approach my coaching is I teach everything around mechanics, and I hope that you develop it. You understand? So that's what I do. So next up, zone of influence. Probably one of the most important concepts in League of Legends to understand. It's very simply the area somebody can impact in League of Legends. Do you know what scripting in League of Legends is?
Yeah, like hacks.
Yes,
like
it's cheating.
Auto
it's
dodge,
hacks.
that kind of shit. Yeah.
Yes. Something that scripts also do is they calculate how long someone's range is. Leona E, for example, is here. Vayne auto attack is here. And what you end up seeing on the screen is you see like these circles. Like it's like information that like it's there. It exists. You know it exists, but you're not supposed to see it as a person who's not cheating. Now, what is stopping you from doing this in your brain? One simple question. Nothing, right? No one is stopping you from doing this. So now the point I'm trying to get to is when you are playing League of Legends, you should be scripting 24/7 in your brain. Do you see where I'm going with this now?
I do, yeah.
So now, when you're playing League, what you should be... You don't have to literally draw a circle, like, against MF. You don't have to draw a circle against Hui, like, QQ range. But if you need a literal visual representation, this is the best way to do it. For me, I've played against these champions so long, I can just feel it, you know what I mean? I can just feel, like, their range. I can feel how fast their abilities travel. Okay, I'm going to type these out. So the area someone can impact, how fast their ability is, how big it is, how wide, how far it reaches. And you have to think about these things because that dictates where you ideally want to stand relative to where they're standing. And what ends up happening is you'll notice that if you start thinking about this concept, you will start to become more intelligent on where you want to stand while achieving it, what it is you want to do. And what do you want to do during laning phase? You want to last hit. Okay, Mr. Cole, you want to last hit? I want you to walk up to this minion's last hit. Oh, he walked up. He got hit by QQ from Hui and a fucking auto Q from MF. Was that worth it? Hell to the fucking no. So now, instead of walking up at the angle that you walked up, maybe you can walk from the left a little bit. So we're slightly further away from the Hui. And maybe it might be an angle where MF isn't really covering. So then now you can actually last hit that minion. Do you see where I'm trying to go with this? And even transitioning to late game team fighting, it could even come down to like, in a fight, you can be like, okay, there's a fucking Malphite here. There is this guy here. Okay, Malphite alt range is like that, right? So maybe I'm not going to stand here. Or I am going to stand here at maximum tip range on purpose and see if I can bait it.
Yep.
Okay, the fight begins. Let's walk forward. Oh, Malphite's gonna get ready to ult me. I'm gonna walk in. Okay, I'm gonna flash here. Okay, now let's pull the trigger and start killing the Malphite. So
Yep.
even in a team fight, you're drawing out 5 people's zone of influences, and you're being mindful of the most important abilities. Like for example, like you're not gonna give a shit about a Morgana W in the middle of a team fight. You're gonna worry about her Morgana Q. You're gonna worry about Malphite ult, Sejuani ult, for example, Swain E, like these big abilities that can actually kill you. But during lane phase, you can worry about the small shit. It's fine. So, point I'm trying to make is, moving forward, you want to be scripting 24/7 in your brain, and you have to slowly develop the skill over time. This is a skill that I have developed over a decade of playing League of Legends, by the way. So I just introduced the concept to you now. And I've been doing it for over 12 years.
It's interesting. This is the first time I've heard this specific, because like you innately do it naturally when you play League, right? Like that's how you know when you can take. But yeah, breaking it down like that's interesting.
Yep. All right, here we go. Let's continue. And there's more things within that concept, by the way, that I haven't touched yet, but we will get there when we get there. Okay. So laning phase begins. So now the zone of influence of Hui QE is like this. So your next ideal positioning now is to rotate roughly over here. In case Leona actually gets an engagement on this guy, so you can auto, Q, auto. And then from there, you can figure out whether you want to back off together or you want to go forward for one more auto. Because MF right now, if Leona Qs this way, what does MF do? Nothing.
Starts to walk
Her
up.
zone of influence is here, so she starts to walk up. But then, by then, you've already auto, Q, autoed. And then now she's here, and then now everyone leaves. Oh my god, we win. Because now MF was useless the entire time, and sure, Hui got to land a QE, and then maybe one auto on Leona. But then who wins the trade? A Leona with Q, with Vayne auto, Q auto, back off, or one Hui auto attack with like 2 ticks of QE, or 4 ticks of QE on Leona. So worth it for you guys. So that is now the worth trade for you guys. And another thing I want to discuss, by the way, is I want to discuss the bot lane triangle / diamond. This is unfortunately like your support plays a role into it, but basically in every single bot lane there is some kind of diamond that's being drawn, or square, or or diamond. Like that can be a diamond, right? But generally, the way this works is whichever bot lane has longer range, in this case MF Hui, what ends up happening is the bot lane will end up looking like this, where Leona will be here, you're gonna be here, MF will be here, and Hui will be here. But notice how they have more control, because the Hui is standing here, so all you can do is just stand here. And Leona cannot walk up, so Hui has access to 2 people, MF has access to you, Leona has no access to MF, but you only have access to this guy. You cannot access this guy, even though he can access you. Do you see that? So it's very weird. So they have a +1 over you guys. So in most cases, they'll end up getting the slow push, which is why double range bots will always win. Because all the range bot laner has to do is stand here, and of course don't get hit by the engage. And then he just needs to ward here, and then land poke. And that's why you'll notice in high elo gameplay, one bot lane will absolutely definitively have full prio over the other bot lane, and this bot lane just AFKs, the one that's losing, which you did not do, but we'll cover it when we get there. Otherwise, unless it's a double melee, and then whoever has the bigger dick just wins, like whoever just dodges that one extra ability in the engagement level 1. But aside from that, that's how most bot lanes will go, and you need to understand that, because that dictates also how you play the early laning phase. If this was full challenger lobby, this Leona would never walk up. This Leona would be full AFK, you'd be full AFK, they'd be walking up, and then eventually you guys would just get pushed out. Unless you guys just want a big dick flash engage and see if you guys can win the coin flip from there. Yep. Okay, so in this case, nothing happens, and you guys just get fucking chunked for 0. At least you got 1 auto. Oh, you got 2. It's so beautiful.
I get the auto Q auto.
That, for example, this is high elo gameplay right here. What you just did, like this guy just got fucked, and you managed to min max absolutely everything you can. You auto Q autoed. That was the one time that I felt like you played high elo League of Legends for the entire game. After that, everything just went downhill. But this was good. What you just did was good. I have nothing to say about it. Because the way that auto Q auto works is you did it in a way where they can't really turn on you. So let's break it down. So right here, MF's already stepping out, which is good. I think... So you backed up for a second to see if they would walk forward, which is correct. They did not walk forward. So then now you queued forward, and then you autoed. And that's a perfect queue. Because the queue is not directly towards the Hui, where the MF can turn one step and then auto you. See that? It's at an angle where only Hui has access to you, and then you auto him. Of course, Hui can auto you here 100%, but it's worth it for you because a Q auto is more valuable than one Hui auto. And MF, as long as MF doesn't actually get an auto off, it's worth. Now, if MF actually gets the auto off, it's not worth, but she doesn't. And the Hui didn't get the auto off, so it's even more worth it. So, high elo gameplay, very well played. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so Hui enters this bush. Whenever someone enters a bush, and you don't have vision of them, you have to assume the worst. So you have to assume that they're standing right there. And then now you have to calculate the zone of influence of their abilities, if they actually fired the ability, and go from there. And this is not, it's not just Hui, it's Brand too, right? Karma too, whatnot. And you have to account for that. And you have to be moving in a way to dodge the ability. You have to like, as if know they're going to shoot the ability already. You have to assume in your brain. So you have to be posturing for it. Like, Brand players and Vel'Koz players have the biggest fucking trigger fingers in their life, and it's so easy to dodge. Like, if a Brand enters this bush right now, here's what you do. You calculate the Brand range. And what you do is, you stand at maximum range of the Brand W, so you want to be inside of it on purpose. And when you see the ability actually come out, you tumble it, or you walk to the best place to actually dodge it without using Q. If you can walk and dodge it, that's really good. But if you have to tumble, that's fine too. Not a big deal. And that is a strategy. That's one strategy out of the thousands you can utilize for Zone of Influence. It's purposely standing inside an ability range. Debate it. Now, obviously, don't do this in late game at like 40 minutes. Never do this at 40 minutes. But in learning phase, like at 110, go for it. Like to bait a Karma alt Q, sure. That's fine. All right, let's keep going. All right, next up. MFQ. So you got hit by, I believe, like 13 of these throughout the laning phase, whereas on average, a challenger player would get hit by like 3 at most. But this was very bad. So right now, do you have anything to last hit?
No.
So then why are you standing in this position when you should be calculating the MFQ spread on these minions and not be standing here? Like, yes, you can stand here for a split second so that the MFQ has to fly,
maybe bait
and
it,
then ding, but then you're already gone. So, so that's something that to be mindful of, because you did this over and over again. Like, that's bad. Like that should not be happening.
Yeah, that's how we lost lane immediately.
And then right now, I don't even know why you're walking up to Hui, just to find out if he can do something to you or not. That doesn't make sense, because you're inside Hui's zone of influence now. So why even stand there? We should just full AFK. Or play at maximum range of Hui Q. So if it actually comes out, you just walk one step, and then you dodge it. If you want to absolutely min-max your gameplay here. Lo and behold, Leona was inside his zone of influence. And now, if you want to bring up movement zone of influence, so I call this spacing and tethering now. Spacing and tethering is understanding. So let me explain it through mid lane. So let's say in mid lane, it's Syndra Victor, for example. Let's say Victor walks up and fires all his ability, EQ on Syndra, okay? Syndra does nothing back because maybe she's got outplayed, right? So now, we know Victor has no abilities for, what, so like 8-9 seconds for his next E? So now Syndra walks up. And then now, she shoots all her abilities. And whether Victor dodges it or not doesn't matter. But then now, Victor's abilities are coming up in, like, 4 seconds. If Victor can hold his range and keep a connection between him and Syndra where they're close enough, while Syndra walks away, obviously her abilities are now, like, what, 10 seconds out? But then Victor's ability is 4 seconds out. Victor can now output his damage when it comes up in 4 seconds, but only if he holds the range on Syndra. If the Victor backs up and just AFKs and wait for his abilities, then he has to walk forward again. It's already been lost. Do you see that? So the point I'm trying to make here is Leona is positioned too far on Hui's abilities when he was still on cooldown. So even when Leona's walking away, if Hui just walks with Leona, his abilities will come up, and then he'll be able to output it. And then that's why Leona took damage here. So that is one concept of spacing and tethering. If you played Vayne top, I'd break down really heavily into what it means for this concept, but I don't want to like spend like 1 hour. So we're chilling. For this concept at least. It's more important when you play Vayne top. All right. So right here, bada bing, bada boom. We're farming. Not the best farming in the world. Okay.
No.
That's good right there. Right here, I think you walked up for 1Q, I think. See? Okay, so this was really scary. By tumbling here, you enter Hui potential zone of influence. So I don't know why you would do that. You should have queued here instead. And then auto this minion. Because this range would... This would still be in range. Because remember, we want to... What do we want to achieve? Right now, we want to achieve minions. 100% we want to achieve minions. And we also want to dodge abilities at the same time. This does not promote that. This promotes that, though. Because you're still in range to attack minions. You're out of zone of influence. And you still get what you want. So that is that concept being utilized in this situation. From this position, I was really happy. I was like, hey, look, my Vayne is pretty full HP. Cool.
Yep.
In 10 seconds, I don't know where the fuck your HP went. It went to here. And
I think I ate a Q and a... Yeah, the MFQ.
But the point is a lot of Vayne players I coach, beneath even Master Tier Elo up to Master Tier, is what they end up doing is they do this dumb shit where for some reason they either ego or they take too much poke that they're not supposed to. And what ends up happening is they end up being 1 HP underneath their turret, trying to just dodge that one last ability just to catch an entire wave. That is the position you never want to be in. Your main objective is to survive until wave 3 is complete and only be down to like 75% HP. Because if Vayne and Leona is both 75% HP, or even if Leona's 50% HP and Vayne's 75% HP, even if MF weighs both 100% HP and you guys full all in, you guys will win. Because the bot lane that has the engage tools to actually go in and who's melee will still win even if they're down. The only way they lose is if they're like 35% HP to like 90% HP, then you guys might lose. But if you guys are like 50% HP to like 90% HP, the 50% HP will still win, assuming the fight plays out standard. And that's what I've noticed over the years of playing League. But the biggest thing that you want to figure out here is, how do I minimize damage I'm taking on Vayne so that I can be patient for a good opportunity to arise? Maybe with my Mastery coming bot lane, or maybe Leona lands a sexy-ass E while they're still under a turret. Something like that, I don't know. And for some reason, every Vayne player fails it without absolute fail. Like, they just fail it, and they get poked out. And that's exactly what happened here. So let's break down why that's the case. So right here, Hui places a QE right here. You notice, you see it, and you're out of it, but you choose to walk back into it. Why? Because you want to achieve this minion. But then why not just walk like this and achieve the minion anyways? So that is the first thing that we want to cover. And because you get rooted here, that opens up, I believe, 2 more abilities. Ding. That takes Arcane Comet, guaranteed. That also tanks QW. That tanks MF Auto plus Q. And then you are trading back as a level 1 Vayne into a level 2 MF. That doesn't make sense on paper. So you should not be doing that at all. You should be full focusing to run. But better yet, you shouldn't have gotten hit by the ability in the first place. So now lane's already lost. Game's already over. Like, if this is high elo, like,
it's
talent. I'm not VOD reviewing the rest of the game. We're done. Like, you already fucked up the entire game. So you should not ever do this ever again. And I don't know what to tell you to do that. You just have to be mindful and understand Hui's abilities and to actually be able to maneuver around it. Okay, let's continue. I think you get hit by 1 more ability somewhere here. So you want to last hit this minion, which is fine. You can walk forward. And what you can do is, if you think, like, if Hui is in the open, you can walk forward and then, like, juke or something. Like, to try to dodge the ability. Depending on what champion. But Hui's QQ is too big, so you can't do that. But that's the idea against some champions, you can do that.
Morgana Binder or something if you can get behind the minion.
Maybe, yeah. Hey. Right here is another example. You walk forward. She did the spacing and tethering technique on you, where you were walking away, and she was able to walk forward and then land the Q, and then it bounced towards you. So instead, maybe you have to like hard juke or something, or I don't know. But that was bad to tank that Q. Otherwise, sack the minion. It's way more valuable to sack the minion because if if you've done the zone of influence math, and it's impossible to get the minion, then you sack it and just get the EXP, because it's not worth eating all those abilities to just get a minion. It's better to just sack it, get the EXP, and then wait for the opportunity on wave 3 to do a full engage. Because, oh yeah, after the wave 3. Once you clear the wave 3, my bad. And then you guys do the engage after. Because, does this seem sustainable? if you just... Like, like, sure, like, you might have more CS. Like, and here's the thing, is you're not even CSing well while being in a losing matchup. But, like, right now, I would much rather have 8 CS, 75% HP,
75% HP,
than rather 15 CS and this HP. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's unplayable.
Yep.
And then now, look at the position we're in. We're in the 1 HP Vayne positioning that for some reason every Master Tier Vayne below loves to be in. And now we're desperately clinging on to, can we dodge this ability? Can we dodge that ability? Oh, I'm getting that wave. Oh, we're forced to base. Goodbye. Or eventually, or worse, you die. That's the worst thing. And notice how Leona is scared to go in because her ADC's HP is so low. But imagine if you were 75% HP. Leona would fucking pulled the trigger right away. And then you guys would have went.
Yep.
Okay. Zone of influence understanding. MFQ. Cole, if you walk into MF range, what will she do to you?
Auto Q.
Yes. So then why would we walk up into MF zone of influence?
Green for the minion. Yep.
Yes. But in this situation, if you're this much amount of HP, you can walk up, but you fight the MF instead. And the way you do it is you auto, Q, auto, and then depending on Hui's movements, if it's backwards, you can walk forward and then auto her one more time. But if it walks forward, you Q auto, back off. And then that's the... Like, and you lose that trade, by the way. But it's the best trade you can get while still being able to, like, still hold your pressure.
Got you.
But right now, in this situation, if you walk up, she will auto, Q auto you. And then she will walk out of tower range. Ding. And then I think I told you just to base. God bless you, didn't get hit by that?
Yeah, thank God.
Your purchase was incorrect too. It should be boots refill, so you can get back to lane as fast as you can, and it's for dodging, and the refill potion to help you out. And when you are in base, the first thing that you should do, every time you're coming out of base, always click the edge of fountain.
Got you.
Because I see so many noobs, and you are one of them, but you're not going to do this anymore. They just stand here and then just buy items. Like, what? Why would you do that? You want to click to this location right here, and from here to here, you buy every item. Like, you should already know what you were going to buy while you're basing. Now, I'm not saying window shop, because if you window shop and Huei actually lands as QW, you die. But you should be thinking in your mind, okay, I have this amount of money. I'm going to buy these items right here. I know exactly where they are in the shop. Ding, ding, ding. Everything's already purchased from here. And then now the question is do you wait for your HP at this location right here? So the buy radius is up to here, but the HP radius is up to here.
Okay.
And now I'm not saying like you're gonna win the game because you're standing here versus here, right?
No, but it's every little...
It's every tiny detail that you... Like, it's the idea and thought process behind thinking like that. And not even to League of Legends, anything you do in life is what will actually push you further. Because now you're trying to min-max as much as you can. Because, like, I'm not asking you to 1v5 Penta right here. I'm asking you to do something that doesn't, like... It requires mental energy, yes, but you don't lose anything. Do you understand? For doing this, you don't lose anything. I'm just asking you to benefit yourself, like every tiny thing you possibly can. Any questions on that?
No. That's same thing with like rolling to lane, right? It's those couple extra seconds.
Rolling to lane. If you're full mana, you can roll 3 times. If you're not full mana, you can roll once or twice. If you can Saskia engage, that's what I call it. You roll twice, because what happens is you roll once around right here, and then you roll once around right here, and then if they're still hitting tower, like you'll be able to roll a 3rd time right here, but then the Q timer is so weird where it's right here where you finally get your Q again, but you're inside vision range, so you don't roll a 3rd time if you can Saskia engage, and then when you're here and they're still hitting tower, you alt Q, and then you're beside them, and then you kill them.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting.
And the next thing is you want to avoid running like this, if possible. But I don't think anything was gonna happen here because there's no way that Viego would be there. But it's good practice to hover as hard as you can on the sides if there's a possibility. If there's a possibility, because the difference between them engaging on you here versus you here is two different things. Because if you see them come out, you have at least 1 to 2 seconds to figure out what the fuck you're gonna do. But having no seconds to figure out what you can do, it's so fucked.
Yep.
Okay, so in most cases, yeah, you would have to. So in high elo, this is what would happen in this wave right here.
Yep.
These two would shave the wave as much as they can. Well, they wouldn't actually touch this wave in particular, but their objective is to keep the wave pushing towards them, but as slow as humanly possible. And what this does is this forces you to play League of Legends. And when you're forced to play League of Legends into a MF way, it's very hard, because how do you play League of Legends right here is Leona? It's not possible. Yeah. So they want to do that. They want you to be there, to land MFEs, to land Hoi abilities, and inevitably be able to run you down if they poke you down enough, or force you to just base while the wave's still pushing towards them. Your objective now in high elo is to try to crash this wave without dying, and maybe Leona finds a good engage to poke out the way hard, so you can crash the wave and then just fucking base and call it a day. So that's your objective. Now, fortunately for you, they are dumb as hell, and they pushed out the wave. So if you recognize this, you can just chill in AFK. Put your hands up in the air and just say, yeah, sure, push, bro. Push the wave back into me. And then just last hit, dodge all your abilities. The gate, they are letting you play the game for free, essentially. And all you have to do is just say thank you, and just dodge their shit and just farm. And go from there. But if they aren't letting you play the game for free and actually letting a slow push towards them, you have to try to hard shove this wave with Leona. You have to stand here, start shoving the wave as much as you can. Maybe Leona finds it engage, and then you can fight with the big minion wave. That's what would happen here. Zone of influence. And at some point I realized, oh, he's fucking pushing. Just stop. Just chill. Okay, we're good. Right here, I don't know what the hell you were thinking, bro. And then,
I thought that was the fear, and I think I would have rolled into it anyway, but
No. It has nothing to do with the actual ability itself. It has everything to do with Hui's zone of influence.
Okay.
Like, you know he's in this bush 1,000,000%. You saw him walk on a ward. So you know.
Yep.
My brother, what is Hui's zone of influence?
Yeah.
I don't care what ability he shoots, which one he shoots, whether he misses it or lands them or not. From fundamental zone of influence concept, why should you ever stand here? Ever.
Way too far up.
Way too far up. If you want this minion, the positioning should be right here. And then you should immediately tumble without even, like, waiting to see if an ability comes out or not. You're tumbling without even, like, whether he shoots it or not, I don't care. But you're autoing that minion and tumbling immediately. Just to, you don't even want to find out if he shoots the ability. And then getting out. That's it. So, from the zone of influence concept, you shouldn't have ever walked up. Now, from an actual concept, like, what actually happened in game, like, good job. But that should never happen, because in most cases, that would have been an EQ, fear, QQ, WE, 2 autos, MFE, auto Q. Like, where's your HP?
Yeah.
You're not dead, but you're literally 1 HP.
Yep.
And then it goes back to the Vayne's love to be 1 HP underneath the turret for some reason, for egoing a minion or two. You take the QQ at the end of the day, but it's not game losing, but like it led to that. Like, that did not have to happen. That was good right there, what you did. So that was another time that you did something that was high elo. So right here, this was good. You auto-queued backwards. You autoed her when you noticed that she was autoing a tower. And right now, it's optional, okay? To go for auto-queue auto. It's optional. Because you already won.
They still lose that trade, right?
No. The trade is actually winning slightly in your favor. Okay. If you go for this trade. But if you take the 1 free auto on MF, just walk away and then play wave, you can also do that too. But right now, personally, I would also take this trade too. If the MF didn't auto the tower, but she autoed you, I would immediately Q and auto her right away. But because she auto tower, you don't actually have to go for Q auto right away. You can chill for a second, then walk up and do an auto Q auto to proc the W. And then you end up winning the trade. Yes, I would personally also take this trade that you're doing right here. But I would have been chunked by a QQ Hui auto going into this. So yes, this is a good trade. But I would Q right away. I don't know why you're waiting.
Okay.
You should Q right away, auto, and then walk forward a couple more steps. Look at Hui's movement. If he's walking towards you, you walk away. When you start walking up, if he walks away, you can keep moving forward and then auto her right here. And then if Leona lands E, you can keep going. Yep. And then from there, all you have to do is just make sure either Leona dodges all the abilities, or you have to flash one of Hui's abilities if he actually lands. It's about to land one on you, and then you guys win this. So that was good, beautiful. Yep, just soak up the EXP. I don't know why you're even walking here because it's inside Hui range.
Yep.
You should be standing over here. Unless you're telling me, Saskia, I'm trying to do a max range dodge on him, then sure. Like, I'm happy with that, if you're thinking about that. But you're obviously not thinking about that
I'm not.
In this case.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're inside MF auto attack zone of influence. And here's the thing, okay, with zone of influence. I'm not asking you to always be outside of someone's area. That's not possible. You have to enter people's ranges. But the question is very simple. And I'm not going to ask the question. League of Legends will ask you the question. When you enter someone's zone of influence and they use said ability on your face, what will you do about it? It's a very simple question. So for example, if you enter Blitzcrank's zone of influence, what are you going to do about it? He shoots the hook, what are you going to do? You can tumble it? You're going to tank the hook? You're going to... Maybe you're at max range, you were just baiting it? I don't know. So you have to think about, what am I going to do about it? What am I trying to achieve here? Am I trying to achieve a minion? Am I trying to achieve a trade? Okay, I need a, like, for example, Zyra shooting an E, I'm going to tumble to the right. While autoing her to dodge the abilities, but still output my damage because I want to trade with her. So it's a very simple ask. You have to be able to ask yourself, is it worth it what I'm doing to enter this guy's zone of influence right now? And you have to execute from there. So it's a very simple question. And each time, so far, you're inside people's zone of influence, there was nothing. You had nothing at air.
Yeah, no plan.
It was just like, no plan, nothing. I'm just here to farm, or I'm here to do this. But okay, if you're here to farm, but then why aren't you farming properly while dodging the ability properly, right? So,
yep.
Yeah. Oh, goodbye, HP. Oh, you got hit by that.
I did.
I think right here, I'll say out loud, yo, don't get hit by his QW. So then what you should do next time then...
Ah, dude, the minion block. I thought I...
No, it has nothing to do with the minion block.
I remember that one.
Like, if you're gonna walk up here, and we're aware that we can die to QW, you should be standing out here in the open. Because there's more freeway on which direction you run. But like standing on the tower, you're stuck with this. Like, there's no way you're running all the way to this outer edge. And you have to assume... Like, yes, it's very safe to assume he's gonna QW. But now you need to think about where is he gonna likely QW and be moving for it already. It goes back to the MF ult right here. Like, that situation, you're forced into a position where you're forced to play off the human, not the champion anymore. What the human decides to do. Now, this is a situation where you also have to play off what the human is gonna do. So something that I like to talk about when it comes to the human is layer 0, layer 1, and layer 2 movement and abilities. Let's say there's a Lee Sin standing right here, and you are running this way. If Lee Sin is shooting a layer 0 Q, he sees you running this way, he shoots the Q like this. It's very simple. You see a car driving in one direction, you assume it's going to end there, and then in another direction 2 seconds from now. Very simple stuff. You've learned this when you were a child, when you were 5 years old. Simple object permanence, okay? Layer 0, it's unconscious. Layer 1. Lee Sin sees you walking this way. He shoots a Q this way. You anticipate that he's going to shoot the Q forward, so you go backwards 1 step. Lee Sin Q misses. Cool. This is a conscious dodge from you. Now, layer 2. Lee Sin standing here. You're running this way. You anticipate that Lee Sin anticipates that you're going to do a layer 1 movement, so he shoots a Lee Sin Q backwards, but you continue walking forward and look like a fucking idiot. But there's more thought process behind it. Conscious. So, conscious, no juke.
Yep.
Conscious, juke. Unconscious, you're just a fucking idiot.
So,
most people play like this. You're playing at this right now, and you need to understand. That's why in all these fights, I'm rating your fights like 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, because this is not even being thought about when you're walking at people. That's why I was rating your fights so low.
I feel like like in that situation, right? I'm thinking about it. I'm immediately going to like, okay, I need to dodge the lead Q because I know what's coming immediately. I don't play against a ton of waves, so I'm not thinking about it like consciously like that. But when you see a Lee Sin, that's what you default to is like, okay, I need to dodge.
Yeah, you're talking
like
about
a blitzcrank, same thing.
You're talking about one big skill shot, but I'm talking about just like even in team fights, you weren't even trying to dodge Swain abilities.
Yeah.
Like it was stuff like that. Like, and yes, you have to understand what the champion does to apply it. But the issue here is you're not applying this in scenarios where you guys are like full balls deep, like fighting each other to death. Like, yes, a Lee Sin Q, like one big ability, that's easy to layer 1, layer 2. But then it's not happening in team fights where it actually matters. Like, I'm not seeing these tiny stutter steps from you that gives me a hint that you're actually trying to juke someone's ability in the middle of a fight. That's the problem. Like, yes, the big stuff is easy, but that's why I was rating your fight so low, and I'll talk about it when we get there. But yes, this concept is applied to multiple different scenarios, and the big one you're talking about is like one big Lee Q, one big Blitzcrank Q. Yes, you should for sure applying this concept, for sure. And one big Amumu Q, but for tiny shit like Swain Q, Swain E, it was not happening in that scenario. Even Darius. But let's keep going. But you understand this concept though, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. We're not going to talk about wave management at all this entire coaching session because there was really no wave management. But generally speaking, it goes like there's just always a slow push in one direction, and then one opponent tends to let it slow push towards them and freeze it as much as possible and force the opponents to play, which allows them to poke, or just let it crash, and then now they have the wave bounce back. That's how high elo gameplay works, where that just happens over and over again. Unless it's like Caitlyn Karma, then they just say fuck it and just shove the wave anyways. But
because they can poke.
But yeah, but that's the general gist of wave management. It's always looking at where the wave goes. Now this is the slow pushing towards them, obviously. So in most cases, you guys would try to push out this wave right here, but because they just finished Dragon and they can just gank bot, you guys have to do some weird stuff and walk around. Next time, what you're supposed to do here is, after clearing this wave... Never mind, there's nothing to do. I take that back. Just chill. If MF's hard shoving... If MF's freezing, then you have a problem. Then you have to place that pink ward, then come back, and then play the game. Defensively / aggressively. Do you see that? Because the wave is slow pushing towards them while Viego's still on the side while Yee's top lane. So you would have to like max range farm, but yet run away every second that you can in case the Viego's actually coming. But since MF's pushing, we just full AFK, put our hands up in the air and just farm. We're chilling.
Let her push.
And lo and behold, what did I talk about? If you guys are 80% HP and they're 100%, guess who wins? The 80% HP engage duo. Even if MF was 6 here, you guys still win. So is this enough proof for you now to not get poked out? A level 6 MF and 5 point versus 5/5 Vayne Leona. I think that stands enough proof. While also being down items, by the way. That if you don't get poked out and you guys find it engaged, you guys can win. Also, refill potion was late. You got exhausted, MF's ulting, and you guys still win. Now, in regards to your actual mechanical execution, we're about to talk about sticks and stones. I hate talking about sticks and stones to gold players, but because they have so many other things that is not being covered before we get there. But with challenger players, if I coach them, we have to talk about sticks and stones. And what sticks and stones means is tiny movements. Auto, oh, you should move here because of this. So right here, this is good. Auto, move, good. Right there, you messed up. Did you see that? Instead of
Yeah.
moving, you stood still to auto attack on an auto attack timer that wasn't available yet. Your auto attack
Gotcha.
wasn't available. Why are you auto attacking? You
Yep.
should be moving one more step to reach the next location that MF wants to go to. That tumble's fine. That flash is fine, but the flash is bad.
Okay.
The flash should have been right here. It should have been a short flash, because
Stay as close as possible.
you need to stay as close to MF as possible. Unless you think long flash allows you to give more time to escape a Hui ability, then sure. But you're not thinking about that. I know that.
I'm not. Yep.
Yes.
I just flashed out of the MF hole.
Yep. Now, you auto. I don't know why you walked one more step, unless it was for a Hui ability, which obviously you're not thinking about it. You should have been walking towards her.
Okay.
Right now, you're standing still. I don't know why you're standing still. You should be walking as much as you can towards where the MF's next point of interest is. And her point of interest is to escape your ass. She's not going to walk this way. Why would she walk this way? Like, you'll be able to auto her the entire time.
I have her there.
She
so
needs
has
to
go that way.
the most effective pathing, spacing, and tethering is away from you to output damage towards Leona. You're standing still to auto. Notice how you stood still for like 2 seconds now, 3 seconds. A challenger Vayne would be like right here, right now. Two different things.
Yep.
These are two different things. I promise you. Those are two different things. And then you should have auto-E'd right there to kill her faster. I'm sure you're a Vayne player who's been what's it called? You're scared to E because you've saved people before the enemy team, or you used it when you weren't supposed to. And I know you've done it before. You don't have to deny that from me.
Yep.
Every Vayne player has done it, but you have to sometimes just trust in it. You have to believe in it that it will kill someone, because the faster you kill this guy,
and then it's okay.
the less damage people take, and the faster your triumph comes back. So you can get a triumph proc to then switch over to the way with your 6 LT stacks to finish him.
Yep.
That's crazy that just happened right there. Did you see that? The Leona hit the E and you hit the E at the same time, so it forced us to the new location. I've never seen that before.
Interesting.
Okay. Good. And then you didn't refill potion for a tick for a couple ticks of the fight. You refill potion the first time, but the second refill potion wasn't going. And it's tiny details like this that can be the difference of you winning or not.
Yep.
All right, wave state.
For the refill, is there anything wrong with just proccing both? Like, will it start ticking the second, or does it stack, or I don't...
If it doesn't stack. But if you know for sure, like if your HP is obviously fucking 40%, you know, even if the fight disengages, you're still getting 100% value of the refill potion. The only time refill potion should not be ticked double is if you're a D-shield user. But if you're playing Vayne, you're never going to be D-shield user ever in your life, because you want to be lower HP if possible as a D-shield user. I believe so. I believe that's how it works. And same as second win, I think, if you're a D-shield second win user. But you're never a D-shield second win user ever on Vayne. Ever. That's why when I heard you say, do I run second win? No. Like, because second win means that you are accepting that you're going to take damage. But then that's not how we play Vayne. We don't play Vayne knowing that we're going to accept damage for free. We're playing Vayne knowing that we're going to juke shit because we're fucking good at League. Now, in regards to this wave state, this is actually pushing towards you, so you guys can both base right now if you wanted to. Now, since this is gold elo, okay, now objectively analyze it. MF spawns. MF gets to lane at 8. What's it called? Sorry. Let me do the math. 1. She gets the lane at about 8:10. She gets the lane. So the question you need to ask yourself is, if you start hard shoving this wave, can you crash this minion wave before this minion wave comes? That's the question. And if this minion gets here, then you're fucked. Because now you have to shove a cannon wave. And that means you cannot touch the tower. So that means you need to both base right now. Because this wave is slow pushing towards you. So if you guys both enter the bush and just fucking base, you come back and you now just last it and just farm. Now, if you believe you can crash this wave before this minion wave comes, then that's also worth it too. If you also believe you can crash this wave and this wave, if you can't push fast enough, and if you can't push fast enough, then that means you can't push. Then yes, you can still do that. If you're playing like another ADC that fucking one-shots waves, then sure. But you're playing Vayne. So objectively speaking, at a challenger tier level, you have to just base right now. If the MF timer to come back to lane is 8:09 or 8:10. So you guys start pushing. And they come back at this timer. You said, do I touch plating? Oh, my brother. You didn't even touch plating and you still got fucked. Do you see that?
Yep.
Also, why was MF so slow? Let me see. Was my timer off? Because I was doing the math.
No,
I was like
might have been
812.
flying.
Oh, this fucker's low elo. Okay, I just assumed that he would have sprinted full speed out of the base. And that's why my timer was... My timers are on point in Challenger, 100%. Every single time. But that was surprising. But, yeah. Because here's the thing, too. If you can't crash the wave fast enough, and they actually pull the wave... Oh, baby, you are omega fucked. You see that? If you don't push fast enough. And out of curiosity, do you know how to calculate when someone gets back to tier 1?
I don't know.
Okay. So the way you calculate it is you add 20 seconds right when they spawn.
Got you. Yep.
For most champions.
And I was looking at that when you were telling me the timer. I was like, okay, I assume that's what he's doing because there was 10 seconds on the MF timer. But so it's just 20 seconds.
But the problem with MF is she has her W, or she has her base movement speed or something. She's a little bit faster. And some like if you're playing against Riven top, like they EQQQ to lane, Camille E's, like it's slightly faster. But most champions is 20 seconds. Yep. But for MF, I was doing 20 seconds minus like 1 to 2. That's what I was doing.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, this is so sad. And notice if you touch the tower, and then you tried starting a base, oh, you'd been fucked. So you need to think about the next wave when you're basing. And because you weren't actively thinking about the next wave, look what happens. You lose this entire wave, and you lose plates.
And most of the tower,
And man walks back and immediately starts getting poked. Let's go. Okay. Damn. That man's getting poked. Okay. What is Leona doing? Oh, yeah. My man's like, yo, Viego's in your lane? What the hell?
Yeah, I didn't see him. Didn't see him, and he fucking cleared out ward. That's crazy. Yeah.
Zone of influence, okay. And you see everything I'm talking about is just happening, right? Like I have the base concepts, but they just keep happening over and over again.
Yeah.
Zone of influence. Zone of influence on this guy if I'm coaching him. That was good zone of influence. Purposely baiting an ability. You gotta learn how to dodge abilities without using tumble, bro. Okay, that was a nice try. She should have done a layer 1 ult. She did a layer 0 unconscious. But MF did a layer 1 juke, so that's why Leona missed. In order for the person shooting the skill shot to... Nice, cannon. In order for the person shooting the skill shot to land their skill shot, they need to be on the same layer as the person juking. But for the person juking, they want to be on an opposite layer to actually juke the ability.
Yeah.
Surprised Leona didn't either. That would have been a kill. And remember, what I said. Vayne, 60% HP, MF 100% HP, and she engages, you win.
You win that.
You guys win that.
Yep. Yeah.
Even right now, if she engages, you guys win. Even with low Leona ult, I believe you guys win, genuinely.
I think so too.
Even right now, if you guys engage, you guys still win. Yep. This is winning. And you thought she was going to engage. I thought she was going to engage too. I don't blame you, but you need to wait until the Leona E flies out.
Yeah.
Once the Leona E flies out, then you pull that trigger. Because now we're adapting to the human solo queue aspect of things, of whether we should pull the trigger or not. Right there, you were playing like you were playing with the LCS support on comms. Go, go, go. Then you pulled the ult trigger right away, which is correct. It's not wrong what you did.
But she was walking right at her. I thought for sure.
I don't blame you, but this is a lesson for you from a solo queue standpoint.
So it doesn't necessarily.
But yeah, that ult was good if you're in LCS though, and you're on comms with your support.
Ooh.
Hey, yeah, where's the juke, bro? Top 10 best barriers of all time.
Caught that.
Okay. I don't even know why you tried pathing this direction. Dude, this guy takes forever to buy. What the fuck?
Like, so for my thought process, a lot of times in these games, they are fucking won or lost at these fights where there's nothing going on and it's just nonsense up there. And if you can come in and clean up, then, like, again, right there, Leona just solo ulted the Viego.
Okay. You guys know Swain's mid. You guys know Renekton's being top. You know Karma's in base, and you don't know where MF is. In
So
what world do you win 2v4 here? I want to ask you that question.
Yeah, no, that's valid.
So why would you ever path up in a 2v4? I don't care if this guy's about to die or he's gonna ping you. I don't give a fuck. Objectively speaking, how do you win a 2v4 with no Vayne ult? So, with that being said, you should be hard shoving the crap out of Slave.
Stay bot. Yep.
The one thing you need to be worried about right now is if MF and Hui wraps around your dumbass.
Yep.
And then, in that situation, if they do that, I would clear the wave and position down here. And then I would start fighting them. I would walk up to them on purpose. Auto attack the MF, tumble to the right, and start fucking fighting to the death with your refill potion immediately popped. And use this wave as a buffer between you and them to 2v2, kind of. It's kind of a 2v2 with this big minion wave.
Yeah.
And then use your flash to dodge one Hui ability, probably his EQ, and then try to kill the MF from 100 to 0. That's an ego, by the way, what I'm explaining here.
Sure.
I don't know if you're actually going to win it or not, considering MF is up at a full item on you, if this actually happened. But that's what I would do here. I would ego this in gold.
Gotcha.
In Challenger, I would be hovering over here, getting ready to just run away if I see Hui walk this way.
Sure.
But my Leona wouldn't be here. She would be here, hard shoving the way with me. Crush the wave, okay, and then now we walk the river, get some wards, and then come back and then play the lane. That's what would happen.
Yep.
Ah, it's so beautiful. You pushed the wave, and then you did this. Okay, here, how would I play this? Let's see. I would... Okay, this is what I would do next time, okay? Let me explain. Okay, so this is fine. You're not supposed to go for this plating, but in Challenger, but okay. Yeah, this is what I would do, okay?
Read it.
Listen.
Yep.
I would arch my character in here, and then I would just AFK right here. And the objective that you're trying to play for is your ult in 14 seconds. I understand your thought process here is, oh, I'm going to run over here. The meetup point's going to be right here. I'm going to flash over here, whatever, right? But you can do something so unique that no one will see this coming in this exact scenario. And you can't run directly here, okay? That doesn't work.
Because then they see you.
Because the MF will see you. You have to arch yourself so that you're kind of keeping up with MF's movements. And then you hide here. Now, if you're the enemy team right now, where do you think Vayne is going?
Yeah, but probably by the third brush, like closest to tower. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, that's their bush number 3. That's your bush number 1. But that's what's going on in their mind. And that is a form of layer 0, right? It's a form of it. So you need to utilize this to your advantage and take advantage of that. Because you need to understand this concept. Because whenever you're playing Vayne, there are angles where you can do these weird alt cues where you go a direction that they don't even expect. And you obviously never did that in this entire game because there's no opportunity for it. But this is another form of that, if that makes sense. So all you would do is AFK here. And then the MF would run this way. If she E's here, you got fucking outplayed. I have nothing to say.
Sure.
Then you just fucking jump at her as fast as you can and then just try to juke towards the tri-bush. But if they run past you, they get into this bush and realize, oh shit, this guy isn't actually here. They're going to realize, wait a minute, he's back here. But then by then, you have the option to run this way. Or look at your Karma and your Yi if they're coming in and then play with them. Like even alt Q over here. So you're kind of moving towards them and pulling the enemy team towards you, possibly. But this play right here is very unique that I don't actually run into ever. Because I would never even be in this position in the first place. But this does happen 1 out of like every 500 games where some shit like this does come up. And then they did you did the shittiest Q tumble ever. Just if you're going to flash, you used 2 abilities for 1 movement, by the way. You either use 2 abilities for 2 type of movements, or but you use 2 abilities for 1 movement. Because the tumble was a 1 centimeter tumble, then you flashed. It doesn't make sense. You either just tumble, and then you flash after, or you just flash and save the tumble to go back in.
Yep.
I'm surprised this guy didn't show up. That's sad. Nice auto on a minion. We're not using target champs only.
Yep. I actually bound that today.
Right now, instead of juking downwards, naturally to dodge Quake QE, you just run fucking through it to run away. The most effective pathing you can utilize to escape the swain, since you have HP still, is directly away. This fight's already over. You going forward here to auto swain with your amount of HP is an L. You're just gonna die.
Sure.
So by you walking this way, you open yourself up to swain E, which you're not even trying to juke, by the way. You should have been kept going downwards, actually.
Yep.
And yes, the swain will technically catch up to you and be inside you, but it's better than getting hit by the swain E, right? Because if he dodged down here to get hit by and not get hit by swain E, but yet he's inside you or he flashes on you, now you just fight to the death. You accept it. But by getting hit by swain E, you're just dead instantly.
Yep.
Now, by no means, if you did what it did, you would have won. You see, I still would have died.
Sure,
but
this went's huge.
Like,
yeah.
But there's no thought process in your movement at all, like to get the min-max scenario you possibly can. Bada bing, bada boom. You weren't paying attention to Renekton. I can't coach that, unfortunately, because you were talking in that situation, so maybe you would have noticed. Okay, I gave you Swain's exact timer. He'd be bot lane. You backed off, which is good. I told you to trade here without using your ultimate. Good. Good trade. Back up. And look for an engage. Oh, MFC, run away. That... I told you something, assuming it was only Swain there, by the way. To look for the cheese. Oh, this was so good. Why'd you tumble like that? All you have to do is just walk to the right a little bit, and then alt Q forward, and then go in.
Yeah.
And then you took so long to ult. And then you alt Q'd away. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not think I would do this much damage to him.
And then you kited back so far. Yeah, bork, bro.
Yep.
Really inefficient. Okay, you didn't ult right away. Oh, your E was actually good. Tumble was shit, though. You should have tumbled right back in. When two objects are moving in opposite directions in real life, it's double the speed. Basic physics, right?
Yep.
But when two objects are moving towards each other in real life, it's double the speed. When two objects move in the same direction, whichever object moves faster relative to the other object. Like, it could be like 10 kilometers per hour extra, right? So right now, when two objects are moving in the opposite direction for a split second, there's a possibility that you actually never catch up to the other object again. So this is another concept underneath spacing and tethering, where it's understanding that where your opponent's going to move. That's why in top lane, I would explain this concept so in full detail. But right here is an example of it. Two objects moving the opposite direction was double the speed for 1 split second.
Yep.
But if you managed to call that he was going to run away, and you actually called it too, you'd be keeping up with him right now.
Yep.
And you had to run a couple extra steps to auto. And then you got hit by the E, because you weren't moving forward already. And if you were already moving forward, it's got to be dead by now. Leona would have to flash. That's why I mentioned it in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
And if Leona didn't have flash, you guys would have lost the kill. Because
he just
of your spacing and tethering. However, the problem... Yes, that one spacing and tethering concept did happen in that moment, but there were massive big problems before that of how you played that entire situation. But I'm utilizing that example of the spacing tethering to explain that concept in more detail, because the opportunity did come up. But your tumbles were bad. Like, it was just like... The problem was is the original box isn't filled in yet before you try thinking outside the box. Like, right there, I'm coaching you on something that's outside the box before your original box was already filled in. But of course, I'm still doing it because you're going to run into that concept eventually anyways. Which you did. All right, you died there. I'm surprised Leona didn't go there. Right here. Good. Escape that. Good. Don't use your ult yet. Good. Walk forward. Now ult. Good. Good. Get back in there. Okay, right here. Right here? Why aren't you moving to try to dodge an ability? Like, right now, I would auto this guy and immediately move up here. In anticipation that Vayne EQs like this.
Yeah.
So that's what I would be doing right now. And it's the movement like this that dictates whether your gameplay is 10 out of 10 or not. And yes, you doing stutter movements might actually fuck you in a fight in real life, because Hui might actually predict your EQ. But if you're even showing me that you can think like that and move like that, then I know you're a good player. But you're not showing that at all. Right now, you're just like, oh, run towards Hui. That's all that's going through your mind right now.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that if you did those stutter movements that you would kill him.
It
not saying that at all.
But,
I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you can even think and move like that, is what makes me know that you're thinking more deeply to the actual game itself.
Yep.
Because when you move like that, you might actually be fucking over a kill. I'm not joking. Like, I've done that before, where I'm moving like that, but I'm fucking over a kill because his ability isn't even up yet, and I'm losing distance on chasing him.
Yep.
Bada bing, bada boom, Swain dies. I'm surprised he even walked up anymore. Right here. Here's how you alt Q, okay? Instead of alt Qing here, you alt Q this way.
Backhand, yeah.
And in what world would they ever expect a gold Vayne to go this way? Never.
Yep.
So here's what ends up happening is this guy pops out around. So you alt Q, not yet. You alt Q, you alt, and right when the master EQ is about to finish, then you Q forward again. And what you do when you show up here is you auto Hui, and you immediately juke downwards. Hui will EQ here, and then you kill this guy. Viego might have even ulted here. Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe. But if he turns, it's still fine. And then you kill the Hui. Then you keep kiting downwards for spacing and tethering against the Viego. And then you go from there. But notice how you went the most standard direction way possible, and they all shot their abilities there.
Yeah.
And yes, you technically won. True. But notice how predictable that it was, right?
Yep.
It's absolutely predictable. Okay. This is layer 0, layer 1. You're forced to do a human juke here. Didn't work. You didn't actually juke shit, by the way. You didn't do anything. Because you didn't do a hard cut. You didn't do a run away to try to escape the MF ults. There was no... It was a in-between. By choosing nothing, you get nothing. You have to choose one thing in that scenario. It's one or nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, right here. This was the patience on the Vayne ult. If you pop ult here, it's so fucked. Right now, if you pop the ult. Because the fight isn't full committed yet. Do you understand? It's like no one is like yes, you can argue like Leona is full committed, but she's dead.
But
she's dead. So the enemy team isn't all in though. If they can kill Leona and just run away here. That's why I told you don't ult. Then when I saw that Master EQ, then I knew it's a full big D all in. Like no one has a choice anymore. It's a full all in.
Gotcha.
Then you ult. You're so lucky the Karma tanked that WE right there. My man's tumbling into walls in 2026. Nice.
It was tough. Yeah.
My man is doing the most standard tumbles instead of doing sideways tumbles. Okay, in the middle of a fight. Okay. But do you understand the invis tumble technique?
I do.
Like,
yeah.
You're doing the most standard shit possible.
I'll do that shit like if I'm like 2-0 in lane, I'll sit in a bush and do that kind of shit, or like try to get those kinds of jukes. So I do that some.
When you're winning? How about when you're losing, bro?
yeah. And I probably do it less when I'm losing because I do use it to snowball more than I do like.
But there's no difference when you're losing or winning the game.
That makes perfect sense.
There's no difference.
You're right. Yeah. I guess because a lot of times it's more aggressive positioning the way I'm using it to get in with it.
I thought we won the game after this, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
I thought E was alive, that's why I told you to start doing Vayne, by the way. So that's my mistake.
Gotcha.
I did not notice.
No, you're good.
You need to pop ult faster. You're not moving with the Swain as efficiently. There's a couple... So now we're arguing sticks and stones. Here we go.
Yep.
You need to ult now, right when you hear the root. You don't Q first, you ult Q. I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah.
You auto attack. Why are you standing still? You auto attack. You move
moving.
one or two steps while your auto attack's on cooldown.
Yep.
This is gold gameplay right here. Switch
Yep.
this. Stop doing this.
Yep.
And notice how it was so hard to kill him. I would be right here right now, tanking a tower shot,
Yeah,
finishing him off.
yeah.
It looks so much more convincing, my gameplay.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know why your teammates would try sieging. You base after. This is good. They're just dying for 0. Oh, this was the chain of 6 minutes of loss, by the way. Karma dies there.
This is where we lose.
And I think Leona dies? Oh, you fucking premature fucking ulted as hard as you could here.
Yep, that was panic as hell.
What's the
And I
difference
did the
of you
same thing.
ulting
I
and
queued and then
queuing?
ulted because that was full panic.
Like right here, just Q. Or just walk and Q.
Yep.
And what did I say at the beginning of the game? Darius has no flash. I said it out loud to you too, okay? I said it out loud. I'm not sure if you acknowledged it. No, you said yes, but I think you said
I
yes.
acknowledged it. But
Okay.
but in this moment, when I see a fat ass Darius running at me, he's got flash. As far as my head's concerned, that's what I'm thinking.
Mathematically speaking, though, can he reach you? That's the question. Math-wise, that's the question.
Without flash, no.
Yes. So all you have to do here is just EQ,
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
and then you're fine. So stop thinking about the emotional aspect of things and think about the mathematical side of things and physics side of things.
Yep.
If Darius runs towards you, can he actually objectively catch you with the Karma Shield on your head right now and a tumble in a second? And with a Vayne Condemn? No, he cannot do that. So all you have to do is just condemn and then keep walking. Now, of course, there are situations where Vayne E's and Darius E's at the same time, and then you guys both trade ban for ban.
Yep.
But I think you're far enough away where that won't happen.
In that spot, I think so too.
And then Yi gets caught? Yeah, Yi gets caught.
Yep. He gets caught.
So the Karma got caught, then the Yi got caught. And then you're trying to cover Leona here. And then... You wanted an engage somewhere here.
Yeah. Didn't happen.
I don't know, bro. I thought it was
You think I
correct
had it?
after you mentioned it. But now that I think about it, this is what happens when you go in. You go in, you can't auto the Viego right away because you can't see him. You show up here, they all see you. Swain comes from here, you die. I just don't see the angle, bro.
Go back like half a second before MF ult.
There might be an angle,
was
but
there a slightly better angle? Because that's what I'm thinking. So when Karma's here, like there I would have alt queued and tried to kill the Viego. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe one half step back, but yeah, that's fine.
do you know if Viego has E or not? Because the second clicks E, you're dead. Because you can't see him anymore.
Yep. So for me, I'm thinking I can get 2 autos, 3 autos, maybe catch him.
Yeah, and you know where Swain is too. You know your
Do we
Leona's
know where
basing.
Swain is at that time?
You don't need to know where he is to know where he is.
Didn't know where he is. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we would have known he's right. Yeah.
Like he's not running bot.
Yep.
Like,
No, you're right.
unless you want to gamble that, but that's no way.
To me, I'm thinking Q auto, Q out, and just run. But maybe pick up Viego there.
My bro's dreaming, bro. What the hell? Dude, this guy
Listen,
presses
it's gold.
E and you can't do anything.
It's gold. So you find those plays because the Viego doesn't E because he's also not thinking the Vayne's gonna go in. So there's some 50-50s that are low elo strats that work.
I wouldn't even call this a 50-50. I would call this a 10-90. I meant 10-90ing, bro. You're asking Viego to not use one of his simple abilities to live.
Correct. You'd be surprised how often it works.
Okay, and then Renekton dies, Karma dies, I think. And I think you die at this point? Yeah.
This is when I get caught. Yeah.
So it's 6 minutes of getting caught.
Yep.
And this one was you standing inside Swain's zone of influence. How did that even happen at 30 minutes? This is so illegal.
Yeah, I'm bad.
And right here, yeah, there's nothing to talk about.
This sucks. Come on. Why does he have flash up?
You shouldn't even be that far up. That's the thing. Yeah. If you want to objectively coach that situation.
No. That's good. Absolutely. Yeah. I was way too pushed, and I didn't respect the Swain at all.
You never eat the Darius. Not saying if you would have won the game if you did, but it's just yeah.
Maybe get him off me.
Game's fucked. That was 6 minutes of getting caught. Okay. So mechanical execution, I already covered with you. That cannot be coached. You have to develop that on your own, but it's the most important thing in League of Legends, being able to do what it is you want to do.
To do that? Just keep playing the same champ, keep running up.
Play the same champ,
thinking about it,
but intentionally play the game. So
yeah,
what that means is think about, okay, I'm gonna stand here and auto this minion because I know by standing here, this support cannot land an ability here, and the ADC cannot land an ability here. And then you execute it. Another one is, oh, I have nothing to last hit, but the enemy ADC is last hitting something. Let's try to fuck with them, right? Chuck little auto on their head, then walk away. So shit like that. That's intentional gameplay, and naturally your body is forced to follow up by doing it, by whatever it is that you want to do. And something, by the way, that helped me a lot is now we're entering like the gypsy side of stuff, but.
Sure.
When I would sleep back in the day when I was really young, like 13, 14, 15, I would think about how I would mechanically execute situations. And the next day when I'd queue up after coming home from school, my body primed itself already to execute things a certain way around certain people because I dreamt about it or I thought about it before going to sleep. Yeah. So that's the gypsy shit if you want to believe in that or not. But I do believe that's real. It is real.
100%.
For me.
Yeah.
So you can try that if you want. But for actual real stuff in game, you already know zone of influence is so important. This thing literally fucked you like by not doing it the entire time. So basically, if you want to learn this, start watching YouTube scripting videos if you want. Obviously, don't script; you'll get banned really quickly if you do it. But you want to script in your brain, and that's what you want to do. Let's see. So that goes hand in hand, mechanics and zone of influence. Wave management, we didn't talk at all. But but if you do another session, we'll talk about that. You have a basic understanding.
I have a basic concept. It's
when coming out of base, always click edge of fountain. That is good. And 20 seconds right when they spawn, and then of course minus it if their champion has the dashes or whatever. Decision making. I'm gonna quickly give you some stuff for mid game. Mid game, the general idea is push, vision, push, execute. You probably heard that said once in the session, but the idea is when you push away, when you're with a winning team, okay, you do 4 steps in League of Legends. You push because if they walk up, you fucking engage, they die, and then when you push the wave starts walking up, and then the enemy team has to catch the wave, and when they're catching the wave, and now you go get vision inside their jungle, and when you're getting vision, you can't die to them because you see them on the wave, so then you get vision, you clear the wards, now you come back and you push the next wave, and then after you push the next wave, now you execute. Execution could mean doing an objective. It could mean taking their camps. It could mean rotating to another lane and taking a tower. It could mean taking the tower in the lane that you're already pushing. It could be all those things, right? And that's the general idea. Now, of course, it becomes more intricate when, like, let's say the top lane is winning really hard, but then you're winning mid lane. But then you can't do push, vision, push, execute, push, and then you do vision, and then you walk into their top laner who's doing his push, vision, push, execute. Then you guys die. So it gets really intricate when you start bringing those things into the mix, but this is the general idea when you're winning, okay? General idea. When you're losing, it's receive, get whatever vision you can, receive, and then rotate to the play late. That's what you do on repeat over and over again. Or it's fuck receiving and force engage as fast as you can while they're doing step number 2. So that's what you do when you're losing the game. But generally speaking, when you're losing, just try to receive as much as you can of the wave so that you can at least keep keeping up with the curve. What else? I don't think I have anything else to cover because anything more I talk about is now just entering the territory of thinking outside the box, and we're not there yet. All right, so let me end the recording. That was a really good session. Record.